efferent loop syndrome or efferent loop obstruction is very rare. Let's look at the pictures. This is kicking and angulation, so will lead to the efferent loop syndrome. Sometimes patients can vomit. And after vagotomy, there is some syndromes or complications. One of them is diarrhea, especially after vagotomy. The diarrhea may be very severe, 8 or 10 times one day. And anatomy, gastric anatomy, that is, the stomach cannot move. The patient can have the manifestations of the vomiting, cannot eat anything, and so on. So this is the main problems that we should think about. What is the clinical features and management of the three severe complications of the peptic ulcer. That is, first is acute perforation. The second is massive hemorrhage. And the third is obstruction, pyloric obstruction. Another name is often used in the journal. There's outlet obstruction, gastric outlet obstruction. And let's review what is the operative indications for the peptic ulcers. Because of the most of patients can be treated, can be healed by the medicine. So what are the indications of operations? Perforation, hemorrhage, obstruction, stress ulcer, Zolling anesthesia, and the medicine cannot have no effect on this patient. So totally we have 7 indications of the peptic ulcers. All of you understand it? Yes, okay. What is the differential diagnosis of the upper GI hemorrhage? There are many diseases. Can you hear me? Cirrhosis, liver cirrhosis, heart hypertension with hypertension, and bile hemorrhage. Yes, usually caused by gallstone and gastritis, stomach cancer. In China, the liver cirrhosis is the most common, as well as hepatitis B is very common. It's usually caused by varices. We call it varices. Okay, 很多，说得非常好。So we have the 3 lessons, okay, or 2 lessons. 3 lessons. The last one is gastric carcinoma. This is a very this disease is very common in this world. Yeah, it's very common. Let's look at it. One of the most common cancer worldwide is surpassed only by the lung cancer. Lung cancer is the first, the second is stomach cancer, leading to the breast cancer, especially in China. In China, the stomach cancer is the second commonest disease. In China, yes. High rates, incidence high rate is in the Eastern Asia, South Africa, and Eastern Europe. However, it is not very common in the Western Europe and the United States. In the United States, it is the 10th common disease, cancer. In the United States, the breast cancer is the most common. Colon cancer is common. However, in developing countries, stomach cancer is the most common. Recently, the incidence of the stomach cancer decreased. So it is very common in Japan. However, recently the incidence in Japan also decreased. So it is a very good phenomenon. There are many risk factors such as nutritional, salted meat, in the island countries, in the time of the no refrigerator. In that time, the fish or meal usually salted for the preservation. High nitrate consumption and so on. Lack of refrigeration. But now every family has one or two refrigerators.
这个是 low fat 还是 high fat？
low fat.
Low consumption 就是 low intake. Fat oil protein intake. As there are many fat persons in the Western countries because they take much more fat or protein. Consumption means intake. Okay.
So you don't take fat and you have the risk for gastric cancer?
What do you mean when you take low fat or high fat? Which one is going to have a gastric cause?
I see. Low fat.
哪一个有坏处 ？low fat 还是 high fat？
Consumption. High fat 是有好处。
有好处还是坏处？
有好处。
好处好。
In the United States, the protein intake is much more than we.
对这个疾病有好处，其他疾病。
However, it will be lead to the colon cancer, breast cancer. As for the stomach, it will benefit. Okay. Cigarette smoking is the second risk factor. So we don't know what is the mechanism why. Usually, as we know, the cigarette smoking will lead to the lung cancer. However, we don't know. This is we don't know cigarette smoking is very related to the stomach cancer. The mechanism is not very clear.
But it is related with esophageal cancer. Esophageal cancer.
Esophageal cancer.
是的。
Esophageal cancer. And medical, primary gastrectomy usually take place after 20 years. 20 years. And HP is very important in the pathogenesis of the stomach cancer. Gastric atrophy and gastritis and polyps, especially male gender. Let's look at the gastritis and poor nutrition, genetic, and so on. According to the Japanese classification, the gastric cancer can be classified two types under endoscopy. One of them is early gastric cancer. This is a definition of the early gastric cancer. Gastric cancer confined to the mucosa or submucosa, whether or not the presence or absence of the lymph node metastasis. This is the Japanese identification and is used widely in this world. The second is advanced gastric cancer, AGC. Cancer cells invade the proprio muscular layer or serosa. So we call it advanced. This is the endoscopic classification. And this is the picture. Type 1 is protrude. Type 2 is superficially. Type 3 exacerbated. This is a picture of the gastroscopic. This is type 1, type 2, and type 3. Early stage. This is Bowman's classification. Bowman classification, type 1 is a mass. Type 2, there's ulcer. Type 3, there's ulcer and infiltration to the adjacent tissues. Type 4, all layers has been infiltrated. This is usually we call the signet ring cell. Signet ring cell, the poorly differentiated adenocarcinoma. It's usually seen young patients, female young patients, and the prognosis of the type 4 is very poor, very poor. And this is a picture of the pathogenesis of the gastric carcinoma. There are many risk factors to promote the occurrence of the stomach cancer. Dysplasia and early and cancer in situ, and then early cancer and advanced cancer. This is a UICC TNM classification. T0, there's no cancer. TIS, that is cancer in situ, means the cancer is located in the mucosa. T1, the tumor invaded the submucosa. T2, the tumor invaded the bronchial muscularis or serosa. T3, the serosa was involved. And the T4, the adjacent structures such as colon, pancreas, retroperitoneum has been invaded. This is very important. If you, after graduation, if you want to be an oncologist, you should master this classification. Let's look at the pictures. This is TIS, this is mucosa. This is macularis. This is T1 submucosa. And the proper muscularis and the T3 serosa was invaded, and T4. And as for the lymph nodes, there's classifications. This must some different between the UICC and the Japanese classification. N0, there's no lymph node metastasis. N1, according to the number of the lymph nodes metastasized. From the 1 to 6 regional lymph nodes involved, the N1, N2, from 7 to 15 regional lymph nodes, and N3, more than 15. This is defined by the UICC. However, in Japan, the N classification is according to the location of the lymph node. However, we use this classification. This is better than the Japanese classification. Can predict the prognosis of the patients. It's very complex. Let's look at. This is according to Japanese classification of gastric cancers. There are totally 16 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very complex. But mainly, the lymph nodes is located the blood vessels, usually blood vessels. When we master words, it is easy to remember. 10, number 10, group 10, near the pancreas, the spleen. Yes. As for the distal metastasis, usually M0, no distance metastasis, M1 distance metastasis, usually including the liver metastasis, H1, H2, peritoneal metastasis, and lymph node. Some of the lymph nodes metastases are also called distant metastasis, such as aortic, para-aortic lymph node is regarded as a distant metastasis. This is a staging, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. This is a combination of the T and A. As for the stomach cancer, there are 4 metastasis routes. The first is direction in invasions. That means can invaded the left liver, colon, pancreas, and so on. Lymphatic metastasis is very common. So when we do the perforations, we not only remove the stomach, but also remove the stomach around, remove the lymphatic node around the stomach. And the hematogenesis metastasis is usually go to the liver. And the seeding metastasis is very specific in the GI tumor. The tumor cells can drop to the pelvic peritoneum and form the very small node. So the majority of the gastric cancer died from the seeding metastasis. Approximately about 60 patients will died of peritoneal metastasis. And about 40 of patients will die of liver metastasis. So the clinical presentation, in the early stage of the patients, there's no specific manifestations, lacks specific symptoms in the early stage, just epigastric discomfort, sometimes pain. In the advanced disease, the patient will vomiting, weight loss, anemia, and so on. Physical signs, in the early stages, there are no physical signs. Just in the later stage, we can palpate a mass and so on. Virtuous lymph nodes can be palpated. So the examination is very important to find the gastric stomach cancer. Gastroscopy is very useful the tools to detect the stomach cancer. And the CT can detect the depth of the invasion. B ultrasonography or EUS, endoscopic ultrasonography, is sometimes can be used. And GI, MRI, and diagnostic laparoscopy, this is usually used in America. However, PET-CT. This is very important. Gastroscopy is very important. In our countries, only 10% of patients are at early stage. However, in Japan, approximately 60 patients are at early stage. So the prognosis in Japan is very good. As in our countries, it's not so good. In our hospital, about 20 patients are at early stages. So in the city, the early stage is much more common than in the rural area. So the gastroscopy is very important. Let's look at the pictures. This is the cancer inside. Looks like a polyps. And this is ulcer. Of course, this ulcer is malignant. And this is area examination nature. This is endoscopic ultrasonography can find the depth of the invasion. This is tumor. This is lymph node, enlargement of the lymph node. We have all of this equipment in our hospitals. This is CT scan. Let's look at this. Liver. What's this? This is liver. What's this? Gallbladder. Gallbladder. Very interesting. 这么大, yeah. This is, what's this? Spleen, and what's this? Aorta, and IVC. What's this?
This is vein, artery.
What's this?
Superior mesenteric artery.